got up the chutzpah and asked Taylor could you write me a big old check for children?
Wow.
And she knew me all but 20 minutes, and that girl wrote me the biggest check without blinking an eye.
But then there are other knockouts, like when I played her Lose You to Love Me before it came out. She and her amazing mom started crying, and then I started crying.
She just played it on the Eras tour, and all these kids are screaming your song and doing you. How does that make you feel?
Out of body. I was like...
Grey's Anatomy actress, she has a story about Taylor's generosity 10 years later. Selena Gomez talks about Taylor's support and more in this news update.
10 years ago, you were in a Taylor Swift video?
I was, yes.
I mean, come on!
Actually, I forgot about Taylor, so that's true. I do get a lot of points for that. That got me so much mileage.
Yes.
Honestly, with both of them, with both of the girls for a stretch. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
See?
And Taylor is such a good girl, and I didn't know her, and she invited me to be in the video, and I thought, oh, that'll be fun. And I went and did the video. It was the easiest thing. It was like an hour or two, and at the time, Chris and I we do a lot of volunteering for Children's Hospital Los Angeles here. And thank you. They have an amazing program at Children's where they make music for the babies in the NICU. And for the parents who have to go to work all day and they can't be with the kids, they record their voices singing nursery rhymes or telling them stories, and they play it for the babies in the day when the parents can't be there.
That is
and it
beautiful.
really, like, the babies respond to it, and it increases their outcomes, makes their outcomes more positive, and it's a really nice program, but they need money to run it.
Yeah.
So I just, got up the chutzpah and asked Taylor could you write me a big old check for children?
Wow.
And she knew me all but 20 minutes, and that girl wrote me the biggest check without blinking an eye.
Taylor Swift gave you the ultimate shout out over the weekend.
It was very sweet.
So sweet. Yeah, how did it feel seeing that and seeing her support?
With Taylor, I value her opinion so much, but because she's super honest. So I've always played her off any of my albums, like the top two that I like to see, like what she thinks.
I was going to ask if you had sent before.
Yeah, and she's, done the same. I would never be like, that's a terrible song, because she's so freaking good. But she definitely will say, like, yeah, that one's okay, but I think that one's good. And I was like, it's just like it's very helpful, is what I'll say. And I love people who are honest. But then there are other knockouts, like when I played her Lose You to Love Me before it came out. She and her amazing mom started crying, and then I started crying. It's very sweet. He loves Wildest Dreams.
Of course,
1989
girl.
I was trying to bring it back to, like, Taylor, and it was her versions.
Yes.
And so I played him all of, like, Enchanted. I don't know if you know that one.
That's my favorite song.
I love that song. And, like, Better Than Revenge. And it's just, he was like, wow, like, this is crazy. Like, she's so good. And he goes, I knew that, but, like, she's so good. And I was like, that's my friend.
She did get me into, I honestly didn't know, before we started dating, like, obviously I was aware of, like, Taylor Swift's music, but I wasn't, like, a true Swiftie until I was, no, I didn't know. And now I'm like, I'll be like, put that song on. How's that one go again? And, like, we're in the car and I'm like, wow, I'm just, like, singing Taylor Swift songs from, like, 10 years ago. And I'm like, feel
They're
free.
timeless. What can I say?
You have a studio in Wisconsin, which
right next to Brian.
where all artists travel just to go to this studio, and you have your own albums that you've done there, but you've worked with Eminem, Taylor Swift. By the way, Taylor Swift, obviously we love her, but your songs with Taylor Swift, she just played it on the Eras tour, and all these kids are screaming your song and doing you. How does that make you feel?
Out of body. I was like, I sadly didn't ever get a chance to sing it with her on her tour. She got to come sing it with us, but I saw those clips and I'm like, gosh, they sound better than one of me can sound. So like,
no.
I mean, really, like, it was pretty powerful to just see that and to hear how that sounded. It was amazing.
This saga has officially concluded. All the people who are going to be triggered by the fact that this name does not have two T's, I warned you. It was the journey. For the first 24 hours of her life, she did not have a name. We had discussed names with anyone that we could trust to not share names. We didn't go with a single option that we had been discussing. So there's that. Her name is Finley Ann Kelce. We plan to call her Finn for short. The name Finn was not one of the names that we were discussing with other people, but came back around because it was a serious contender for Elliot's name. Considering we had to name 4 children with the same gender, we had to run it back to the archives and borrow one from a different child. And that's what we did. Her middle name is Anne, A-N-N-E. The people in our life that are associated with the name Anne with an E would be my dad's mom. That was her first name. My sister's middle name, my cousin's middle name, my other cousin's middle name, and Annie Elliott is actually Anne. We packed it all into one middle name, and I feel good about that. I totally respect your opinion on the names of our children. You're allowed to have your own opinion, but I actually don't care what it is. And I mean that in the most loving and respectful way. We named them and it's official. Also, she's very much a Finn. She's a cute little Finn.
I mean, listen, we just had a baby. Yeah. Are you trying to show the niece? You want to see your new niece?
Yes, I want to see my new niece. Jason, you only sent one picture.
Come on, Kai.
You didn't even tell me what name you picked yet.
Ooh, look at that. Oh.
Hey, little muffin. Look at you. He's hanging out with mom. Tell Kai I said hello. I'm glad everything went great.
Trav says hi.
Hi, Trav.
You want some?
I gotta go next door.
Will you record?
Hey, Kai. Jason hasn't told me if you guys picked a name yet. Is this still a nameless baby?
No, she has a name. We had to fill out a birth certificate paperwork.
I thought that's how that worked.
Well, you can technically leave without it, but we wouldn't remember to fill out the fucking paperwork after that, so we have to do it when we know. Is that a beer bat?
That's what I'm saying. That's all we're focused on too.
That's impressive.
Isn't it cool? They might sell them at
And you're impressive, Kai.
Thanks, Trav.
You're impressive.
It's really wouldn't have been possible without your brother, you know?
Is this Finny?
Yeah, Finn.
Finley Ann Kelce.
Yeah,
we're calling her Finn.
Kelsey.
Finn Ann. That's
Jason refused to let me just go Finn, so I'm dead ass.
I love it.
What
congrats,
should we
guys.
ask Finn a question? Finn, come here.
She said sneeze.
All right, go ahead. What do you want to ask?
Hey, Finn.
That's so mean.
Finn, you just look adorable. I don't even have anything to say to you. You happy to be out? Huh?
How was Kylie's uterus?
Too comfy. That's why I'm going to evict her.
Get this guy out of here.
Oh, man.
I'm sorry, your father's a weirdo.
All right, we're going next door to record.
All right.
Okay,
enjoy.
bye.
Love you.
Love you.
That was lovely. Thank you for that.
Oh, she said she wanted.
So I love the fact that we're still hearing stories about Taylor's generosity years later, because it speaks to the fact that she's always had a big heart for people and never hesitates to be a blessing to others. For more great stories about Taylor, watch this next video.